Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Crew. Happy Saturday morning. It is 10:30 in the AM here, August 10th. Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Talia Farmer, what's up? How you doing? Welcome in this morning. Sorry, we're just getting things set up on the fields here. Got Sugar Beet going. Going to get the rolling done on the grass. Doing good? That's awesome. Actually, that should be Kayla. Kayla, right? Kayla? Kalish. Kailash. Kailash. I probably mispronounced it from the other day again, too. I said Kalia, but then I looked at it again. That's not, that I is before the L, so it's not Kalia. Kailash Farmer. 22. So are you going to be playing Farm Sim 25? I'm looking forward to 25 coming out. Incoming ad break in about 30 seconds. Man, this one edge here still, I can't wait to rip this ground up. I think we should do one more run. Hey, what's up, darling? How are you? How you feeling? Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, like I said, when you get a chance, make sure you call over there. I would ask for Lori first, and then I guess what, Brian after that? He's the assistant? Yeah. And then go from there. All right. It's good to see you. Let me know if you need anything. Yeah, we should have told her that when she had the interview. You are going to get it? Nice. Now, out of everything that you've seen so far, what kind of peaked? The following Wednesday? What interests you the most out of what we've seen? Now, I'm sure there's a few things in the game that, yeah, baby. More OJ? Okay. All right. Well, I think your brother goes in at 1. Is that okay? I'll get it then. I'll get you like another big container. All right. What was that? You said 2 or 3 big containers? Sorry. I'll get you. Love you too, baby. Yeah, so what is it that you've seen so far that interests you the most? Like for me, as an example, I when I saw the rice, even though you do have rice in 22, once I saw the graphics, it appeared that there was going to be an uptick, right? Hey, what's up, Glory? There's going to be an uptick in the graphics. That's number one. So that's cool, right? The visuals should be even more stunning. But the fact that you had to raise up the saplings for the rice, then go and grab those, bring them over to the field, flood the field with the water. Now, I'm hoping that you actually see your character get out of your vehicle and go over to that pump and pump the water out. Jonathan, what's up, buddy? Mrs. Crew, what's up? What's up? Right? So in the trailer, you saw the girl go over to that water pump that was near the field, and that pumped the water in. Now, if that's part of the game where your character, you almost see your character in third person go to the pump and turn the pump on, and the water comes out, floods the field, you go over, turn it off, get back in your vehicle, load the saplings into the planter, right? That would be cool. Yeah, I would like to see that. Now, it's a trailer, so, it's hard to say what's going to be real, right? Because, that's not something that, we can know for sure just yet. All right, let's go offload. Where are you at? There you go. Let's go offload this. Who plants already growing rice? Excuse me. Yeah, basically you make the saplings, and then they go into this huge rice planter, and then those saplings get, plunged into the ground, I guess. Right? Or there's maybe the planter. I'll have to look at one on YouTube to see how it really functions, but it probably has a thing that like pulls out like a little hole, and then it plunges the sapling into said hole. Richard Farm, what's up, buddy? Yeah, what would you like to see, Jonathan? All right, we're waiting for those cakes to come out. Let me just double check to make sure. Cakes are storing. Okay. All right, good. So we're going to need more sugar. Actually, wait. Sugar Factory is already distributing. Yeah, so we're good. It's going to distribute on its own. Butter's distributing, so we're good. All right. Doing good. That's awesome. Glad to hear it, as well as you're glad to say it. Okay, so we're going to roll this grass, then we're going to let it grow, then we'll do a mulch. Trying to think about what do we have? Oh, we got a ready to harvest crop of soybean. Totally forgot about that. What do we have here? I don't think we have anything in the ground here. She's ready to go. Let's see. What should we put in? We probably should fill up on the grains here. So let's put barley. Yeah, let's put barley in here. We'll start on the outside. I like to be able to pump my own diesel and DEF at the fuel station. Yep. Well, that's what I'm wondering, because, and I didn't think of it until just now, but it's hard to know for sure yet, right? And I agree with you. But when they showed the girl in the trailer open up the valve to pump the water into the rice field, was that telling us something potentially that third person could be an option, where we actually see ourselves in third person, and then, or maybe you can keep first person as well, but maybe there's the option for third person, and you literally, would walk over to the pump, the well, Probably there's a knob at the top that says open, right? Hit B or press F or something. And maybe that allows us to open the valve, let that thing fill up with water, and then you have to shut the valve off. Like, that could be a thing. It is a trailer, so it's hard to know for sure because, there's a lot of stuff you can put in a trailer that's not going to be, a part of the game. It just, kind of brings home a point of something about the game, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's in the game. So we'll have to see, but that would be cool. Now, we talked about this in past streams, but one thing that I would really like to see in the game would be, how when you're on a map and let's say you don't own all the fields yet, so you driving down the road and there's maybe 6 or 10 fields that you pass on your way to somewhere, right? Hey, B24 is in the house. What's up, cuz? How you doing, buddy? So as you're driving down the road to get to wherever destination you're going to, I would like to see AI in the fields. So if there's, normally when you play, the crops just disappear with the AI. The lime shows up, the seeding shows up. I would actually like to see the AI out in the fields doing the work. And I think it was on FS17, and correct me if I'm wrong. Just cool, brother? There you go. Yeah, bring more life to the map. But I think it was on FS17, and if I'm wrong, let me know. But you could actually go to the fields to buy the fields. You had to physically go to the sign. Remember, there was a sign at the field? And on that sign, when you would read it, it would tell you the specs of the field, right? Hey, Lucky. Yeah, FS15, I believe, had that. I thought it was 17 as well, but because I feel like when I played Lone Oaks, I thought I remembered that was like one of the first maps that I remembered it being there. But it may have been on 15 and 14, or 17. It may have been both. Yeah, I'm not sure. But, that at least was kind of cool. And it would be neat if there was a physical person there and you walk up to the person instead of the sign, or maybe you have to go to their farm, right? And you tell them, I would like to purchase, field 20. They tell you what the price would be. Maybe there's even a barter button there where you can negotiate a price, or, like that'd be kind of dope, right? Oh, you mean like a bridge toll to get across the river? That'd be kind of funny. And then the other thing that would be cool, and again, we're just, throwing stuff out here, right? We have no idea what's going to be in, but it would be cool too if you could work out. So you know how you have the contracts, right? Where you have to go in the field, it'll tell you if this field needs this and that. How cool would it be if instead of it being a button in the menu, that you have to actually go to a farm on the map, drive up to the farm, you can then go to a person, an AI at the farm, and discuss with them the needs that they have. So, for example, let's say he's like, boy, I could really use some help with some baling, over on field 42. And there'd be like a little chat dialogue. And it's like, if you could get me some help or find me some help, I'd pay you, for the work that you put in. And, but then also have it where you maybe work something out and you say, look, I'll help you with, your field, but instead of paying me for doing the work on the field, I would like to supply you with chicken feed. Do you need chicken feed? Or do you need silage for your cows, and maybe you work something out where you give you know 200,000 liters of silage to the AI farmer for a specific price that potentially would be maybe a better price than at the store, right? Like that'd be kind of cool. Because again, that would start to give it some life in the map, and that's all we really want is a little life. The one with the ferry, yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Yo, Gamer Shane, Love Pug, 12345 coming in with the follow. What's up, Love Pug, or I Love Pug? Should be. How you doing? First time chat. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, pugs are pretty cute, aren't they? I think 17 did have it, but I can't remember coffee not totally kicked in yet. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. I would dig that. That would be fun. Just call you Pug. Will do. Yo, the Red-Eyed Jedi. The Red-Eyed Jedi. Holy smokes, I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing, bro? What's good with you, buddy? Pugs are so ugly, they're cute. Oh, yeah. No doubt. It's funny, my wife watches a lot of, like, the little dog short videos. And even regular videos, to be fair. But, yeah, you have, like, your Huskies, right? They like to use their voice a lot. They be talking to people, singing, they got a lot to say. But the pugs, every time you see videos with the pugs, they always have like this look on their face, and they'll like look at you out the corner of their eye, like, what are you looking at me for? What? You got something to say? Like they just give you this look. Start a new job and flip the schedules, kicking my butt. Well, there you go, right? Well, congrats on the new job. I hope it goes amazing for you. For those of you that are either new to my stream or new to what we're doing in this stream, me and Swede, gosh, and Gallo and the rest of some folks in one of our streams, we were talking about doing, we called it a cake challenge because me and Swede were doing a lot of challenges at the time. It's got to be almost a year and a half to 2 years ago. And basically it was $30 million in cake sold, okay? And the reason why we brought it up at that time was we were doing a lot of challenges that were just, like we had the 10 million liters of every crop, and we had, it was like 30 million of this crop. And so we figured let's do a dollar amount challenge. And if you do cake, that means you have to do other things, right? You need milk, you got sugar, butter, flour. So it would force us to do a lot of other stuff as well. But then we never got to it. So we figured toward the end of FS22 here, we would go ahead and try to get that one accomplished. And then Gallo also mentioned that at the time that we talked about the challenge initially, that if we wanted, we could do 20 and he would do 10 on his farm. So a few weeks back, he started doing his 10, and me and Swede were like, well, you know what? Let's just go ahead and get it going. But we will do the 30. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. So what I did was I just went on No Man's Land real quick. I didn't try to do like a whole lot of customization, Bob Rawson, if you will. I just wanted to get a few big fields to give us some crops to put in. I put the production facilities down and so forth. So, it was just a rough kind of setup for, what we need to do on the task. Now, we just got all the ingredients to make cake. So we literally, in the last stream, were able to get, I think it was sugar because we just got sugar cane and sugar beet started. So the cakes are not, I think it said we had like, what, 157 liters. I love no man's land. You can make massive. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it sure is a lot of cake. No doubt. BRB, Pug? All right. Yeah, we can't wait for FS25 either. And I'll be honest with you, I said it in my other streams too. When I'm playing a game and the new version of the game is announced, it's really hard for me to continue on the game that's getting replaced, especially if I've already done everything in the game. So like if I was playing, let's say it was Assassin's Creed, and I didn't finish the one that I was playing, then, we go ahead and run it and try to finish it. But a game like this where, you kind of done everything, you're just looking for the newer stuff to do. Once you see the trailer and, you're like, oh, man, that really looks like something I want to sink my teeth into, it really gets hard for me to stay motivated to play that game because I want the new one. You know what I mean? So doing the challenge with Mr. Swede hopefully will help motivate me a little bit. What's up, baby? Okay. All right, cool. All right, awesome, baby. Just hope you can run it. Yeah, on your PC. Yeah, I hope so too, Lucky. Now, people with PS4 are upset, unfortunately. Yeah, well, look, it does. It stinks for people that'll have the old gen, but you know what? It does. It stinks, but they had to make that move at some point, Even though I have a nice PC, No Man's Sky was a little taxing. Made it run a bit hot. Okay. Yeah, it's unfortunate, and I'm sure if I didn't have a next gen, I would probably be like, oh my gosh, really? Like, I can't believe, like I would definitely feel some kind of way, but in the end, they had to move off it. They just, it was making more people agitated that they couldn't do some of the things that PC folks could do. And the limitations were just too great for people that were on next gen console. Because if you think about it, if you played on next gen and somebody on old gen came into your save, your slot count was reduced by like half, right? Eventually you got to bite the bullet. Yeah, right. ATS to console. Yes, so they have talked about trying to get ATS for console. It's just a matter of, because of how old the game is, it's probably just a matter of they would have to probably recode everything so that it can communicate. And then the other part you have to think about, I would imagine ATS, the makers of ATS, have probably had discussions with Sony and Microsoft about new consoles coming out and when. Because if they make everything ready for this generation and then 2 years from now, like it would probably take them a year to two just to get it all worked out anyway, right? But if they do all that work and then that next year the newest console comes out, then whatever they just did may not work with that generation. So I'm sure they're having discussions about that. And for example, if Microsoft says, because it looks like in 2 years, Microsoft's going to have their new PC console, which if you guys haven't seen the video for that, you got to go check it out. What's up, baby? How you doing? Never tried ATS, but I'm always super surprised how many people. Yeah, it's a big stream game. Yep. Was just about to say, hey, we probably have the recode. Yeah, exactly, Lucky. Is ATS going to be for next gen if ever it comes out? Yeah, it would be. You think it's too fast? Coming out is too fast to update. Yeah, take a look on YouTube. Actually, let me see. Let me see if I can. I might be able to find it here for you guys. Yeah, I got it right here for you. Let me just put this in chat. There you go, guys. That's Colt Eastwood, I think the guy's name was, that did that. So, yeah, if that would be my guess. So Microsoft, let's say they talk to or the makers of ATS, let's just say hypothetically, they have a conversation with Microsoft, and Microsoft says, look, by 2026, we'll be ready to launch our new, that's our projected launch for PC console. So now the makers of ATS, they have to find out, okay, so is the coding going to be similar to the Series S and X? More than likely, the answer would be no. So they're going to say, okay, well then we're not going to try and set code for this generation. When would you be able to give us what we need to set it up for PC console? Now, interestingly though, here's the kicker. So that conversation now though, because if you watch that video, the new Xbox PC console is going to be able to download, because it's going to have everything like a PC does. All the Windows, all the, everything. You will be able to download Steam and play games off of Steam. So now there's no recoding. You follow me? So now that new console that Xbox is creating, the PC console, it runs as a PC as well as a console. So now they don't have to recode, would be my guess, because in that video they'll tell you that all you have to do is download Steam like you would on your regular PC, and you're able to run all your games from your Steam library. So that changes everything, right? So that just made it where these game developers now, they don't have to recode, which means if, let's say, FS27, that would be then just play on your Xbox PC/console, where you could just get it on Steam and you're playing it as a PC player versus a Xbox console player. So now there's no difference in what you're doing. Well, see, that's what would be interesting, Lucky, is since at that point, because it's a hybrid, you probably wouldn't need anything cross-platform, because if you already have Steam downloaded on your PC console, you're playing right from Steam. So you would already be connected the same way you would be now. Blue Cat Gaming coming in, first time chat. What's up, Blue Cat? Yeah, Red Eye with the mods. Yeah. And I'm sure it'll be like it has been before, right? You know, maybe got to wait about a month, I would imagine, before folks start, you know, getting stuff. Because it sounds like it's supposed to be a little bit easier for the modders too, right? The only thing I'm a little concerned about is I might have got my PS5 a little too late because of PS6 coming out 2028. Got you. Sorry you won't. I thought I'd pop in and say, hey, yeah, absolutely, Blue Cat. I appreciate it. How you been? More plugins to simplify the process. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that'd be great. You know what I mean? I do hope though. The one thing, my biggest complaint is, and maybe it's just a personal thing for me, but I just feel there should be a better situation in the process of reviewing the mods to make sure that they're good for what we're doing. How many of you, be right back, boss call, okay, Puck. How many of you have played, used mods, and the mods don't do everything that you need them to do? And I don't mean in a sense of you created something that it can't do. Meaning, for example, here's a perfect example. So this cedar, right? You see those little hiccups on the edge of the field there? So that happens with the roller. And here you'll see. See right there how it didn't go to the edge? Right? Why is that not fixed? Right now, that's just one little scenario. So my question would be to the modder and the folks at Giants, how do you let that pass? Because you can't tell me that it can't be done the right way because the base game stuff does it the right way and other mods do it the right way. Now, in the end, is it a big deal? No. Right? And yeah, it's super annoying. But I would appreciate. Oh, we got an ad break? Okay, I'll hold off till ad break comes back. Okay, we have the seed going over there. I think we have one more field we could put oat in. We have soybean that we have to harvest. We have the rest of the sugar beet. And we have, well, that's it, right? Because we have to wait for the grass to grow in order to mulch the grass. This field here, we'll probably have to plow this field, right? Because it's a root crop. We'll have to think about what to put in here, because I do want to put in corn and do chaff, but I'm probably going to do that maybe on the grass field, because I would like to fill up the silage, the fermenter, with chaff and keep the grass for hay. Like that next cut of grass, we'll probably just load it into the silo. All right, we should be back now. Yeah, so, you know, that would be the thing that I would want. Basically, as long as the functionality of the mod is there, they allow it to pass. Yeah, exactly. But, you know, there should be a couple people that just have a test map. Mod comes in, All right, what's this mod do? It's a roller. All right, let's see. First, does it open, close, right? You go through this little checklist. And then you go to the edge of the edge of the field, hire the worker. Does it hire the worker? Yes, it does. Let it roll all the way to the end. Let it turn around. Does it turn around properly? Right? Little things like that. And if it doesn't do it, you send it back and say, okay, here are the issues we had. Roller did not completely roll the field at the end of the field. It lifted, maybe a foot to 2 feet shy of the field. So something in it is making it read the field end a little bit before it should. So what do we got to do to fix that? When it closes, as it closes, it all of a sudden like makes the tractor bounce around, and try that several times to see if it's a mod problem or is it a tractor problem? Put it on another tractor, right? Troubleshoot the crap out of the damn thing. Because like you said, it makes it annoying for the user. Mod is released. I can imagine there's more. Yep, you can get theirs out first, and it'll be the one to hit the hub. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's that, if you get it out there before somebody else kind of deal, for sure. But to be fair to Red Eye, I do think in time, because the community does talk a lot. You've been around the game for a while. That person may get their mod out quick, but if it doesn't function the way it should and somebody's comes out later, that word is going to get out real quick, right? Somebody pops in a stream and they're like, bro, why are you struggling with that seeder? Well, it does, 18 meters. I need to, oh yeah, but they got a 20 meter in the mod hub that just come out 2 days ago. Did you see it? Oh, it blows that thing out of the water, right? So there's, that can happen, but you're right in the fact that, the more people get theirs, or the quicker that they get theirs out, they're going to feel better about that. Yeah, rep is a real thing. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and it's it'll be interesting to see. Now, there was a really good conversation the other day in the stream where somebody had brought up, I forget who it was, but they brought up the concept. You know how we were talking about ATS earlier. So how ATS been out for a long time, right? And all they do is just DLCs, patches, updates, right? Somebody had mentioned, what if they made Farm Sim like ATS, where you just had the base game and all they did was just patch stuff in, update stuff, new DLCs come out, and you just keep adding on to the game instead of a new version of the game every couple years now, which is, what they would hope to get back to. But I thought that was a pretty cool concept, right? I think it is. Have your base game, let's say it's Farm Sim, maybe they name it something different, Farm Sim World, let's say. And basically it just keeps going, and they update, they patch things, they, give you better stuff, whatever the case may be. But that would be pretty cool. Always good. Oh, I appreciate that. Hey, well, you guys spur on the conversation, right? You guys, that's the beauty of people coming in chat and chatting. Bring something up. As long as it's nothing, that could be cause people to argue over in a bad way, right? As long as we keep it civil, we could talk about anything just about. But yeah, I mean, that would be so cool. It'd be an interesting take on the game. And if you think about it, there's a lot of games nowadays that could, I mean, look at Fortnite, for crying out loud. How long's that game been out? And all they do is just keep adding new stuff to it. I mean, they've shown that they've been able to prove that it's a doable thing to have a base game and just add to it. Destiny 2. Now, I think they're coming out with a new Destiny, right? They did, they had the first one and the second one. But even with Destiny 2, they just kept adding to it. Right? I mean, Destiny 2's been out for many years, and they just keep dropping new stuff in there, right? There's one thing I'm super excited. Marvel Rivals come out. I'm hoping this one will be the Overwatch. Oh, okay. They did announce no Destiny 3. Okay, good. Okay. Well, that's fair. So maybe they decided either when they heard about the new gen stuff coming out, maybe they postponed that, right? Which could be. It could be we're not going to do a new rendition of the game. Maybe they're just going to keep updating Destiny 2 for a while, right? I mean, there's a couple different scenarios there, unless they gave specifics. We have to kind of think. In the end, promise 10 years of Destiny, and we have, okay, is kind of up in the air right now. Gotcha. Okay. Marvel Rivals, huh? You know what's weird? We were just talking about this the other day. I've watched all, now as a kid, not as an adult, and probably a bad boy on my part because I have not put time and effort into any of, and don't laugh at me, chat, but I think the last Batman that I saw was the first Batman movie. I don't think I've seen, well, no. I don't think I saw the second one. I know I haven't seen any after that. I haven't seen any of the Spider-Man movies. It's so weird. I just was never a huge, long time, comic. I had the Batman comic books. I had Spider-Man. I had the Incredible Hulk as a kid. Then as I got older, I stopped reading those, and then I got into Lobo. But even then, the Lobo thing didn't last very long. And then when I got to be, I want to say maybe 20, 22-ish, it just fell apart. I never was around people that did anything with it. So there was never this constant, yo, man, check it out. Like my son, right? His buddy, every time a new movie comes out, he calls him up, says, yo, man, let's go over, check out that movie. Right? They go to everyone together. You know what I mean? I didn't really have that. Want to start my day, crew? Have a good day. Tell the missus I said thanks. Okay. All right, Jonathan, you take care, bud. Christian Bale, Batman. Was he the first one? I don't think he was the first one, was he? Star Wars always been my big... Yeah, Star Wars for me was huge. Okay, yeah, so Adam West did the first one? Okay, so then which one was Michael Keaton? Because I feel like I remember watching one with Michael Keaton, but that was it. Okay. So then I saw the first one with Adam West and the second one with Michael Keaton. And that was it. Haven't seen another since then. Yeah, Star Wars was my thing. Now, you know, unfortunately for me, I kind of got away. When you have kids and you're doing a lot of other things, and when I was working, man, it was some long, long hours too. And by the time I'd get back, I was beat. We didn't really do all these things, so I did kind of tell myself I was going to try to Google the chronology of Star Wars now, since all the stuff's out, and try to go and just like binge watch from the first one all the way through. Right? I figured that would be kind of neat to do. Yeah, Jim Carrey as the Riddler and Arnold as Mr. Freeze. Right, right. Yeah, that's the one that I remember. All right, we'll close that. And we'll just move this over here for now. Let's go and empty. Yeah, so I think that might be, a neat thing to do. Just Google the order, the chronology of it, and then, you know, go on probably Disney, I guess, has them all. Just go there one day or maybe over a weekend or a week or something and just binge watch them. You know what I mean? Oh, no kidding. Okay. Well, there you go. But yeah, as a kid, with the first three that came out, oh man, I was all over. Volkman 58 coming in with the follow. What's up, Volkman? Welcome in, buddy. Appreciate the follow. Yeah, like when I was a kid, my mom and my grandparents, dude, they got me all the Star Wars stuff. I had the Millennium Falcon, the X-Wing fighter, Darth Vader's fighter. I had the whatchamacallit that Luke had, the land speeder. I had, probably like 15 or 20 of the base stormtroopers, and then you had the winter setup that they had with the Han Solo with that like blue outfit that he had, and like, bro, it was. I had they had the Death Star back then, where it was like half of the Death Star had 2 floors or 3 floors. Like it was unreal, man. All the stuff that my mom and my grandparents got me as a kid. I remember the X-Wing fighter, you would push R2-D2's head down and the X-Wings would open up. Yeah, exactly, Red Eye. Oh, yeah. Well, I remember, what was the first one, 1976? I heard all the stuff that you said. You were preaching, bro. B-24. Yeah, it was in 1976, right? Yeah, I remember my dad, actually, and my dad and I have never had a relationship since I was like 10 years old. But when I was 6, because I was 6 in 1976, I remember he found a drive-in theater somewhere near my house at the time or his house, that you could see from the road. And there was a parking lot across the street, and he had this like van, almost like the Econoline vans that you have now, those big Econoline van. Well, he had one of those, back in '76, and we sat on the hood, leaning up against the front windshield, watching the movie. Now, it was a little rough because you couldn't hear it, as good as you should have. So, eventually, we went to theater and watched it. But that was kind of cool. Dylan Loaf. What's up, Dylan? Thanks for the follow, brother. Welcome in. One day I'll get the 20,000 piece Lego Death Star. Oh my God, that would be sick. DJ, who lives here with us, he's huge into Lego, and every time we go near the Lego store, and he sees that thing, but that thing's like what, like $800 or something. But first, they should build a new engine in Unreal 5. Yo, B24, you ain't shitting there, bro. That would be awesome. Yep. I don't sound old enough for 1970? Oh, I guess that's good. First time chat from Dylan. I have $1 billion in my server. Oh, on your farm sim? Nice. There you go. Well, it's funny, you know, Swede and I, a few months back, we were trying to do the $1 trillion challenge, and then we found out that you can't get up to $1 trillion. So it became the 999999999. And then what were we on? We were on American Flats, I think it was. Right? Was it American Flats we were doing that one? And then there was a an update for a mod or something, or the map, and all of a sudden we couldn't load into it anymore, and yeah, it gave us all kind of problems. The save got messed up, and yeah, it stunk. We were having a lot of fun on there. Yeah, this FS22, I think Swede and I have had a minimum of 10 or 11 of our playthroughs that we had to stop and do over or do something else because an update went through and ruined the map. Oh yeah, 10 or 11 at minimum. I want to find a mining place. Okay. Now we did oh God, what was the farm we just did a little bit ago? Holly, is there Holly something that had the mining on it? We were going to do where we had the gems and the gold and everything. Yeah, in Farm Sim there was a mining. I went and looked up in the Death Star, is like almost $2,000. Holy crap. That's sick. That is absolute. And they don't have a smaller version of it either, do they? Like, do they have, you know, a $400 version of that thing? Probably not. Yeah, I'm trying to think, Dylan. I know you can do the what was it? The Platinum expansion, right? That has the mining stuff in it, where you can get the ore, you can make the sheets of metal. But you're probably talking about a map that you can physically go. There was a map that Swede and I looked at that they actually have a quarry. There was a marble quarry, stone quarry, coal quarry. I'm trying to think what else they had on there. I don't think you could do anything with the marble. The stone quarry, though, I think I remember we were able to take like a front loader and go over and scoop up the stone. And you could then, you know, take it and do whatever you wanted with it. And I feel like the charcoal may have been the same scenario where you could take it and they had a bunch of coal stuff set up there where you can drop it at a location and it would turn it in. I don't know if it was energy. Yo, what's up, buddy? You'd rather put together the Super Destroyer. Well, dude, that would be sick. I wonder Wonder what the price of that thing is. Yo, yeah, if you're going to do it, you got to go big and go home. Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But it would be nice, though, right? Like, give people the opportunity. Let's say you had a streamer who's a huge Star Wars fan, and maybe they wanted to do the smaller versions of it, and they can hang it, behind them, right? Or put it on a display case. At least it'd be the smaller ones, and they kind of fit everything in, and, maybe they could work up to the bigger ones, right? The Executor is almost 2K. Wow. Man, they really bumped those prices, bro. Yo, Lego's got the market cornered, man. They could charge whatever the hell they want. My God. I mean, who's competing, right? There's nobody out there competing with them. They could put whatever they want on that damn stuff. There is a Mold King? Oh, really? I never heard of them. Interesting. Mold King. Now, are they just as expensive, or... Stackable car collection. That's interesting. Oh, wait, here you go. They have the Executor Superstar Destroyer building set 11,885 pieces for $365. 7,700 pieces for $225. Botanical Gardens Dome, $120. Land Rover Defender. So let me take a look. Oh, okay. So, yeah, they're similar. I don't know if I feel... How do I feel about this? Does it look better? So they have a truck, like an ATS truck. I mean, it's pretty cool looking. It looks like they have some smaller pieces. Oh, look at that. Well, you know what? There's a truck, like a super sleeper cab, and they even show, like, inside the motor. And the front of the truck, the hood lifts forward like a real truck hood. And they actually have, I mean, I'm sure it doesn't have all the working parts of an engine, but it's got some cool stuff in there that it's showing them. My cousin bought me the off-brand Titanic. Okay. Just a third the cost. Nice. Yeah. Some of the off-brand farm equipment. Yeah, I'm going to have to show this site to DJ too, because, like, he'll go to Target, maybe once a month to get some, like, he wanted to do these flowers for my daughters, my mother, my wife, my mother-in-law. So he got, like, this, like, bouquet of roses that he made. I think my daughter was an orchid. My mom's was this, it almost looks like what do they call them, cornucopia, that you would see, like, at Thanksgiving. without like the little wicker basket looking thing. She has that on her mantle above the fireplace. Um, and I think the other day he went and just got a brand new flower. I want to say it looks like a sunflower, but I know it's not a sunflower. I forget what it is, but they had some cool stuff, and he wanted to put those things together for the girls. And but I'll show them this site. But true Lego friends will not acknowledge. Yeah, it's true. Oh, I'm sure it's you got people that'll look at it and go, well, it's not Lego, so it's not real. It's like, well, you have to get what you can afford, right? Darling, is that Mold King? Yes, it is. What of it? Yeah, I'll bet that Titanic looks really awesome, Num. What would you say the length of it is? I mean, are we talking like 24-inch, 30-inch, 12, 18? What kind of length would you say is on that? It's over 3 feet. Holy shit. Okay. So maybe like 40 inches in length at least. That's dope, man. Nice. And what do you think in height? I'll look that one up too on that site later on. And they just ship it right to your house, I assume? Right? You just purchase it off the site? Oh, it's got stands too. So the whole thing comes with a platform? Okay. What is it with the platform? That's pretty cool. Excuse me. Apologize. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good, man. Foot tall? Nice. That's a good sized piece. Now, do you have that like sitting up on a shelf somewhere? Do you have glass around it? And did you glue it? Like that's not something that's going to fall and break apart, right? Coffee table, no glue. Okay. Yeah, it's at least 12 pounds. Nice. Hey, if you ever get a chance, man, if you want to take a picture of that, send it to me in a Discord. I'd like to see that. That's pretty cool. It's funny, too, because I told that guy DJ I was telling you about, since he really enjoys building Legos, and he's gotten pretty quick with it, too. I was like, you should try to stream or do YouTube videos of you building the Legos and put it out there. I said, because there's got to be people that just can't build Lego sets for whatever reason. Disability, they're old, right? They can't feel the pieces. They can't use their hands. Maybe they were a trade worker where their hands, how, when you work in a trade and you're using tools, your hands get strong, but they get big. You get thicker fingers, right? Maybe they just can't manipulate the stuff, and maybe they would you'd get some folks that would, say, hey, would you mind if I send you a Lego set? Would you mind building it? You build it on stream, right? And, you get content from it. And then you would get people sending you maybe stuff to build. Maybe you could work something with that angle, right? It'd be kind of cool. Yeah, the Lego Concorde too. Took my time with the Titanic. Took about a month. Wow. Yo, that's awesome. So you really enjoy doing that stuff then. That's great. It's funny. I have only done one Lego build in my life. When I was coming up, it was mostly Lincoln Logs that I played with. And then as I got older, I never got into the Lego stuff. I was mostly a sports guy. I was on a court, in a rink, on a field, you know what I mean? Like I was always playing sports. So I never really, and other than the Star Wars action figures and stuff like that I had, never really did much. I wasn't allowed to play video games. So, all I did was sports. And I had a few friends that did Lego, but I was never drawn to it, but I'm always fascinated by it because I think it's cool. And now, as an older person, when I started playing Minecraft, oddly enough, it gave me an even bigger appreciation for Lego because I know what goes in when I build on Minecraft. I know what goes into that. And when I see people doing the Legos, I know what goes into that. So, I have a much, much higher appreciation now for that kind of stuff. Yo, Tosh, 89, what's up, man? How you doing? Blue, what's up, Blue? How you doing? How are you and the family? Everybody's doing really good. My youngest daughter, though, has been sick. So, she hasn't been feeling the best. So hopefully, she'll start to feel better soon. Love Legos. Just wish I had them. Yeah, I know, Num. God darn. You have all the Legos from when you were a kid. Nice. Oh, no doubt, Num. No doubt. Yeah, they'd be worth a ton. Yeah, I just remember as a kid, like my friends, you'd go in the basement and they would have like a big plastic Rubbermaid tub just filled. Thank you, Blue. I appreciate that. Took care of the chores. Kiddos are straight, so about to lurk and do some farming. There you go, Tosh. Good work. Yeah, you got to get that honeydew list taken care of. Yeah, I have about an hour. I'm going to have to leave to take my oldest son to work. And then I'm thinking today, hopefully, I hope, if everything goes well, I'm going to try to stream. I'm really a big fan of playing Total War games. I don't know if any of you in chat are familiar with any Total War games. Total War Rome, Rome 2, Shogun, Medieval, Warhammers 1, 2, and 3. They have Pharaoh Dynasties now. They have Troy. They have a lot of games. And I've always been a fan of the live, real-time battles that you can fight. Now, I am a bigger fan of, like, the history in those games that they've done. Like your Roman period, right? Your Gauls, your Carthage, your Byzantine empires. When they did Warhammer, there was a lot of people that left because, like your Lego folks and your PC Master Race folks, there were Total War people that really did not like that they used tabletop um, as their inspiration, I guess we'll say, for the game that they created. So, like, when the first one came out, it was like people were like, how dare they not do a history title? And then Warhammer 2 came out, and then it made them even more mad. And then, lo and behold, Warhammer 3 came out, and they just went through the roof. So there's a lot of people that had left, right? I have all the Legos in about two 20-gallon totes. Going to try and sort and reassemble. Nice, bro. Num's like the PC Master Race you brought up. Yes, that is true. Continue. But yeah, I mean, these people got really agitated, and would just stop playing the games, or they would only play the old games. And I've gotten all of the games. I usually wait for them to go on sale. I've been lucky a couple times on Epic. There was a 24-hour. Now, it was the game Troy, and it's not that good. However, it was a $60 game. I just happened to go on Epic one day, completely random. And I always click through the free games that they have, right? Well, I just went on this one day, clicked on the free games, and they had a 24-hour get it free for the game because it was launching. I think it was the day of launch, maybe. And I just happened to go on, and it said, get Total War Troy for free, and you had 24 hours to get it. And I lucked out. Now, I don't really play the game because it just didn't play that well, and it took a big hit in like the reviews and stuff. But it's something that I do want to stream because I do enjoy it, and I know there's a little bit of a community for it. I get all the free games, even if they're trash. Oh, you can allow that. Goodness. I definitely choose PC over console, but I'm ready for the new gen. Yeah. Well, I just put a link up, Tosh, earlier that showed the guy talking about that. I know, right, Num? Just to say I have it. Yeah, I mean, look, there's some good titles that they'll pop on there for free. I mean, this way, if it, let's say you don't play it right away, but later on you go to play it, at least you have it and it didn't cost you anything, right? Don't hurt nothing. It just stays in your library. You just download it when you want to use it. But there's a little bit of a community for it, and it's a lot of fun, and there should be, probably in a year or two, a new one that'll come out. Now, most people that you talk to in the community, they want to see Medieval 3 be the next game, and the community's really split on what they've heard. There's a ton of people that said, well, Creative Assembly said they will never make Medieval 3. And then there's other people that go, well, I heard that they've actually been talking about it. So, who knows, right? The newest thing they came out with July 25th was an update, free update. If you already had the game Total War Pharaoh, you had a free update for Dynasties, which is a complete rework of Pharaoh. And it gave you minor settlements or minor factions that you could use instead of all like the main factions. So you could go in and get minor factions, new units, new gameplay, everything totally changed. So that was kind of good. Love console, especially laying in bed. I'm actually looking for retro. Oh, okay, Num. All right, that's good. I mean, look, they all serve a purpose. They all serve a purpose. Console serves a purpose. PC serves a purpose. Your you know, your whatchamacallits, the little handheld things, your Switch, right? All those things, they serve a purpose, and it's like anything else. Just give us options so that we can explore how we want to explore and what we can afford to explore. And that's it. That's all you really want. And they have something for everybody. I cannot wait for Ghost of Tsushima 2. Ghost, why does that sound familiar? Yeah, retro. You loved Medieval? Yeah, Medieval 2. Medieval 2 was kind of neat. And look, when I'm streaming, if 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 we can get a good group of folks to come out, at some point we'll probably put like a vote in chat. Like if I get done a campaign, we could put a vote in chat, people to vote on the next game. If people want me to play the remastered Rome, we could do that. If they want me to play Medieval 2, Warhammer, whatever it might be, um, we could certainly put that in the chat for discussion or voting, right? I think that would be kind of fun. Vote on what faction to play and stuff like that. Yeah, what? It was a PS exclusive where you're samurai during the Mongol invasion in Japan, specifically Tsushima Island. That sounds really cool. Now, was it first person, third person? How did that? Was it like a role play type game? That sounds pretty good. Yeah, because I have on YouTube, I have 4 episodes so far of Shogun 2 that I've done. Duke Marshall, PW, coming in with the raid. Yo, what's up, Duke? Welcome in, welcome in. I appreciate that. How are you? Welcome in, Raiders. Thank you very much for that raid. Hope you're doing absolutely awesome. And Raiders, please come on in, say hello if you want. I do understand if it's a raid and run. I know you have to, a lot of times when you get done streaming, you got some things to do, so I completely understand. I thank you. Here he goes. What's up, Straggard? How you doing, bud? So it's third person, POV, MMO. Okay, you take on the role of Jin Sakai, who in the end must give up on his moral code of the samurai and adopt a thief-assassin-like style of fighting in order to save his home. Interesting. Yeah, Duke, thanks for the raid. Raiders, appreciate you coming in with that raid. Hope you guys are doing absolutely incredible. Extermination. Really? Not too familiar with many games. When I started playing video games was around year 2000. I had a PlayStation 2, mostly played like Tiger Woods. We actually talked about it the other day. I did the Bodie Miller skiing game. That game was so friggin' awesome. There was a horse racing game I played, and I feel like I had NHL in there as well. And then my old boss at the time bought me an Xbox 360, said we should play Madden together. I think it was like the first time where you could like play Madden as long as it had the internet connection in the back. And I got the first Call of Duty, I guess it was. But it was mostly just sports games. I didn't really play much of any like big titles, and it was really like my introduction to gaming. Then we just started to expand on that. Ghost Trucker, what's up, buddy? Played it like 3 times. Okay. Just came out on PC as well. Cannot recommend Ghost enough. I still play it now and have just as much fun as the first time I played. Oh, that's really cool. Not too bad, Ghost. We're hanging in there, buddy. Just, trying to do our thing. Got to take my son into work about 12:30. So we have about you know about 40 minutes, I would say. Now I might keep it going. I'll have to see. I was hoping Swede was on. I know. Actually, he did message me in Discord. So I'll go and yeah, he's still feeling like shit. Yeah, he's just been hit with terrible like headache feeling, and he's been feeling like garbage. You're not on the weekend rotation for work yet? Okay. When does that start? Like do you have to work like a little bit of time and then all of a sudden you get dumped into rotation, or is there a chance you don't get dumped into rotation? Or everybody's got to be a part of that at some point, right? I would imagine. Yeah, when I worked at FedEx, I was Tuesday through Saturday. Tuesday through Saturday for, gosh, 18 years, 17 years. I had a couple years there where I was a manager that came on board was a manager I worked with when I trained him when he was a new hire, and then he just worked his way up the ladder, and he eventually wanted to try and become a store manager. Even though I told him that wasn't a good idea, I said, I've worked here almost 20 years. I've probably seen 10 managers in that time. The managers are scapegoats. Whenever things go bad, they just knee-jerk reaction. They just fire the managers. I was like, stay at the AM level or become like an instructor or something. But outside of that, manager of our facility was like the worst thing. I mean, the pay was great. You pretty much, had to be in work by 8 o'clock. You could leave at 2 if everything was good, which some managers, they'd be gone. 2 o'clock, man, out the door. Other managers would work and stay longer. And I had a manager one time who actually worked 24 hours because the overnight guy called out. I was going to stay. He was like, nah, man, I got it. You got a family. Go home. I don't have no family. You do what you got to do. But yeah, it was brutal. But yeah, I've been there and worked Saturdays. I would be in at 7, leave at 4 on Saturday. Next week, okay. What lines are running on the production floor? Since forklift driver, we get the hours. Okay, fair enough. That works. Hey, it's a job. You're doing your thing. It'll help pay the bills, right? So you do what you got to do. Make the best of it. So yeah, if you guys are interested, in seeing the games, I am not a pro at the game. At some point, we will try to attempt to maybe try the legendary or the hard mode that they have. The only problem, and me and a gentleman who's streaming Rome 2, we were talking about it. The only problem I have with the settings they do, so for example, let's say I have in my army, I have very early spear unit, okay? That spear unit maybe has no armor. They have a very rough shield, probably made out of like wicker or something. right? And just a standard spear. Nothing too, it's not a hoplite or anything, right? It's not a heavy spearman that you would see with, full armor. So in the game, your normal mode, your your units are similar in the effect that if I have a heavy armor or even a light armor and I go against your spear unit, more than likely in a long melee combat, I'm going to come out victorious, right? Now, there's things that can be done with other units, right? Hammer and anvil, flanking maneuvers, stuff like that, that could help me and or the other player, depending on what units and the positioning of each other in the match, right? Or the AI. So let's say you have a group of archers in the back of the lines, the front line, shooting arrows at my guys, and I'm able to sneak a cavalry unit around to go attack your archers. Well, in real battle, you get a group of archers who have no armor. They just have their quiver, their bow, and they see about 500 horses coming at them with guys that have shield, sword, or maybe a spear. They're not going to stay on the battlefield too long, right? Yo, Tatico, what's up, cuz? Time and a half for Saturday, OT, or O2, OT, and 2 times on. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, so in the game, when you play on normal mode, I would say in most of their games that they have, if I do that, go around their flank, and I just full on charge their archers, those archers are going to get hit. They're going to lose a lot of figures, right? In a lot of the models that they use, you're going to see a lot of them get run over, knocked in the air, trampled on. So they're going to lose them, and that's going to break their morale, right? Because they can't do anything against it. They may get a volley off right as they get there. Yo, Big Vito coming in with the big old raid. That's our Crusader teammate, Mr. Big Vito. What's happening, cuz? How are you, man? Gallo. What's up, cuz? Tatico, it's great to see you, buddy. Hope you and the family are doing absolutely incredible. Gallo, what's up, buddy? Good morning, good morning. How are you, sir? What's good with you, Vito? Thanks for coming in with that raid. I really do appreciate it. We're doing Gallo. Check it out. Hold on, let me get a save in. I actually didn't do a save yet. So, where we at? Productions. Here we go, Gallo. Cake. Right there, baby. We got the cakes a coming now. Just out of work. Yep, as usual. Just getting hungry. I got you. Yeah, you raid and run, bro. Do what you got to do. Get your food. Manja fata tuta quanda, right? Yeah, we got the cakes going now, bud. We have everything is distributing. All the factories are distributing except strawberries, right? Or are they? No, they're distributing. I think, who's not distributing? I think, no, I think everybody's distributing, right? Milk. Milk's the only thing, and the eggs. That's right. Milk and eggs we have to bring, but everything else is distributing to the cake factory. So we're doing good. We're finishing up our sugar beet. We got our sugarcane field that we're doing. You still have some things for production? Okay. But yeah, so like I was saying, in the game, my cavalry unit on normal mode will go, they'll attack those archers, or, let's say it's a militia unit, right? Any small unit that you just want to go and get their numbers out. You want to get them off the field, right? the field of battle. So you'll do that, but when you move into hard or legendary difficulty, they don't change really how the AI fights you in all the games. All they do is buff their stats. So now that group of archers, their stats now allow them to stand and fight against that cavalry charge, and it makes it a little bit unrealistic in the sense of, buffing the stats really just that didn't do anything except make it kind of funny to see my armored cavalry with armored riders with a giant sword and shield go up against these archers who have like the old football helmet on their head and a dagger or maybe a sword, right? So, a lot of people, they'll be like, well, you're not playing legendary, so you're taking it easy. But it's like, legendary, it'd be different if the tactics were different, maybe a little better AI because they know how to attack your settlement better. But if you're just going to buff the stats, it seems a little weird, right? I mean, imagine when you play like Call of Duty and you were not playing multiplayer, you were playing against the campaign, and you go to play it on legendary mode, and all they did was give the enemy like incendiary or explosive rounds, and you just get basic rounds. It's like, well, geez, that's really one-sided. Maybe give them a tactical, not advantage, but maybe better tactical manipulation on their part so that, they use terrain better, maybe the buildings better, cover better, that sort of thing. But, if you're going to give them explosive rounds and I'm shooting them with a 22, that's a little unfair, right? But we'll see what happens. If we try it, because like I said, some of the games don't have that. Vito, come with the lurk. All right, sounds good, Vito. Yeah, some of them they don't have the buffed stats, but most of them do. So, we'll check through them. We'll talk to some people that play the game and see, which one they think is better in that regard. Because that's all I want. I just want to have good gameplay, make it fun. Obviously, you want to win, right? But if there's a hard mode or legendary mode that will allow for just a better tactical type of fight on the battlefield or a siege battle, right? Whatever it might be, then that would be something we would explore. All right, chat, so we are getting close to having the sugar beet completed. Let's take a look, see how much we are having so far. 4 million. And that doesn't count what we put sugar beet right here. Another 400,000, so 4.4 million so far off of that field. God knows what our sugarcane number is going to be. See that sugarcane field, chat? All right, so if I zoom out, see the size of this field. Goes all the way down there. I would say, let's take a look here. So wow, what, 1/4? Not even. What do you think that is? 1/5? 1/5 of the field maybe that's finished? So we have about 600,000 in storage. 400,000, so we have at least 1 million that's already done there. So we should be up in the 4 to 5 million range as well on that field. And again, this is for our $30 million cake challenge. Mr. Gallo Biani Films that you see there. He is also doing the challenge, but when we talked about this challenge about a year and a half ago, he had said that he would do 10 million out of the 30 to help us out. We're still going to do the 30, just to do it. But he's still doing the 10 million. So he's doing the same type of challenge. What map was that you were on, Gallo, for that? Mr. Swede normally would be with me on here, but he's had a real rough time with over where he's at in Sweden. The weather there, he's had some really bad barometric pressure, rain, a lot of just bad weather that's just been giving him like really bad headaches and making it difficult for him. So he messaged me earlier, said that, he wasn't feeling well, so that's why you don't see him on with me today. But under normal circumstances, he'd be here. The guy's going to be stopping soon. Let's see, actually. Oh, yeah. Started on the New Jersey. Vineland. Yep. Average PC coming in with the raid. What's up, Average? There's another awesome teammate of ours, Mr. Average PC Parts. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. Good to see you, Average. Thanks, man. Hope you're doing great. Happy Saturday to you. Yo, Noggle, what's up, buddy? Good to see you too, Noggle. All right, so yeah, we're almost done. I think we're going to have to rip this field up. Not sure what we're going to put in it, though. Sorry to ask, but what map? This is, Striker, this is No Man's Land. Yeah, so because we were going to do the challenge, I figured I would just go and do No Man's Land so that we can just set up something ourselves. So that, we wouldn't have like a lot of weight. Oh, why did you stop? Maybe I pulled up too far. Yeah, so basically we have this created. So I didn't really use anything up in this area. I didn't want to do too many fields, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fields. This one currently is just grass field. Then this is the field that we're on right now, right here. So the challenge is $30 million in cake sales only. Now the 3.8 million that you see, that was for setting up the map. So I'll take you over here. Right? So there's our cake factory. We have all the production facilities to provide the cake factory with what it needs. And then we have Missy B's mod here. I think this holds, was it 1 or 2,000 pallets? 1,000 pallets or bales. So what I want to do is I want to fill this up first. Then we'll sell what's in there, the cake. We'll do the math. I'll write down whatever number we have and then see what the sale is to find out roughly how much we're going to get for each full facility. It'd be nice if they stored in there directly, but that don't happen. But what we'll do is then be able to figure out, and we'll keep track of it I'll have a notepad with the numbers. Um, but we'll keep track, and once we finish 30 million, then we're in good shape. And then, like I said, Mr. Gallo is doing 10 million on the map he's playing. And that was something we talked about almost 2 years ago. Like, this came up in one of our streams when Swede and I were doing other challenges, and we talked about it. And at that time, Gallo was like, "Hey, you know what? If you guys want, I'll do like 10 million out of it. This way, you don't have to do the whole 30." It was like, "Yeah, okay." But then we just never did the challenge. We came up with other things to do, and there was some time off and whatnot. So I figured, I'm kind of losing interest because Farm Sim 25 is coming out, meaning losing interest in 22. I just want to play 25. Like, I want to get in and, let's get November 12th here already, kind of thing, right? So I figured, well, before we stop playing 22, we should at least try to complete that challenge. So that's what we're going to do. And then depending on the time frame of when that challenge is done, we'll determine, what we're going to do. I will say there's a good chance that, by October, sometime in October, we may call it quits on 22 just to be away from it, and then just wait for November 12th to hit so we can go, full bore into playing 25. No, all the maps I play, we do, they're open for people to join. Yeah, Straggard. Yeah, so like Swede usually runs this with me. Now we're on Genesee. Oh, did I see that map yet? I don't think I've seen that map yet. Is that in the Mod Hub, or is that a third party? Yellow. I assume it's in the Mod Hub, right? Yeah, we do the multiplayer, Straggard. So yeah, if you were ever interested in joining us, feel free. It is a third party. Okay. All right. I was going to say, I thought I took a peek at most of the new maps that I saw, and I didn't recognize that name. Jay Dunn's map? Okay. Fair enough. Is it a 4X or standard? Or bigger? .4X. Cool. Yeah, every time I get on the PC, I look to see if there's some new 4X maps in the Mod Hub. I haven't really done anything with third party, but yeah, they have a few of the 4X maps in the Mod Hub that are pretty nice. I haven't been really doing too much with Farm Sim outside of what we got going on here. So I figured I'll just kind of lay low with it, do what I have to do here, and, take care of other stuff. I'm playing some Farm Sim 20. I'll just need a list of mods. So, Straggard, actually, you won't even need a list. All you would do is go to join, and it'll show you everything. And you just hit the button to download them, and it'll download them for you. Yep. I guess you're making cow food with the material that you have planted. So this here, the Sugar Beets, that's just going to be for the sugar factory PC or average. But we did just get done. Where are we at? Where are we at? Oh, we're over here. We did just get done a grass field just on the other side of those trees. I just, so actually for FS22 Straggard, it's been that way from the beginning, yes. So you maybe you just have been doing solo so much, you just haven't really noticed, You know what I mean? And people really don't, they ain't going to talk about it too much when they're streaming, running the game unless it was asked or, you know. Yeah, so we got this grass field we just rolled. So once that gets first stage of growth, we'll go ahead and mulch it. And I may just do one more cut of this. I'm not sure yet because I do want to get a chaff field, like a corn chaff field going so that we can put that in the fermenter for silage. But I do need to have grass in the silo so that we can do hay. Never noticed it? Really? Yeah, as soon as you, like, let's say you went to look for my game, right? You would look for my game. You would, at the bottom, it would show you if you can either start or if you have to download the mods. And it'll show you all the mods, and you just click A or X or something, and it'll download everything for you. Now, you guys remember FS19. What a nightmare. What a nightmare. I remember a buddy of mine would want me to take screenshots so that he could join me. And on 19, man, I would have sometimes like, 100 mods, let's say. And I would have to go to the list and take a screenshot. I'd wind up sending him, and I had to title screenshot so, you wouldn't repeat yourself. And it would be like screenshot 1 of 30, 2 of 30. It was brutal. Yeah, so anybody that you would play with, yeah, as long as it's, if it's cross-play, they have to make sure they only have the cross-play mods checked, right? Their little X button, only show cross-play mods. And then, for you, when you go to join, it'll give you a green light to start if you already have all the mods, or there'll be a thing, it won't, you have to hit, I think it's the X button. I haven't joined somebody in a while. But then you would just hit the other button. It'll preview all the mods that have to go in, and you just hit OK, and away they go. Now, if you're on old gen, you will bring down the slot count on console almost half. So it's 4,400 slots on console. I think when old gen comes in, it goes to like 2,600 maybe. Somewhere in that range. Which, like we were talking about earlier, that's a big problem for people. You have an old gen, but you can't take advantage of the extra slot count. Because on 19, that was a big problem for us. Because what was it, 1,400 slots or something on there? I remember me and Jinx, when we would play, we had to buy like all the same stuff so that your slot count wouldn't, like, we would have the slot count chewed up in a day or two with the stuff we were doing. And you guys know I like to Bob Ross most of my maps, right? So all them fences I'm putting down, buildings I'm putting down, it was brutal. Saturday, Jay, and go figure out what game I'm going to be grinding. Okay. All right, Red Eye. Hey, you look for a good game. Have fun. I really appreciate you spending time with us. Please enjoy the rest of your day and be good and be safe, all right? Look forward to seeing you again. Remember, if you're not in the Discord, you want to get in, !Discord. Come on in, say hello, hang out, ask questions, chit-chat, whatever you want. But, you have a great one. And also, folks, if you want, I do have a YouTube channel that we're trying to get a push for 500 subs on there. I think we're at 317. You'll see a lot of videos up there. It'll be videos from the Twitch streams we'll thumbnail them and, put some stuff in there to kind of give you an idea of what's going on. You'll see some Total War. You'll see a bunch of shorts up there. We're just trying a lot of different things to kind of feel out, how we want things to go. But, if you feel so inclined, you want to go help out the channel, just go on over there, hit that sub button, leave a like, leave a comment, and, we'll just try and build that channel up. Appreciate that, Gallo. And Kick. Yeah, we're on Kick as well. Yep. Yeah, we just did, what did we do the other day? Total Warhammer 3, I think, over on Kick. I think we have 97 followers over on Kick now. So, yeah, I haven't put as much time into Kick as I should. Just trying to find the hours in the day to do everything. But we're getting better at it. We've been finding a little bit more time here and there, so we just got to keep at it. All right, let's get all this out, and this field is done. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, we'll go dump that, and we'll see how much we ended up with for Sugar Beet. Sound's coming through okay for you guys, right? Kind of late in the game to ask you now, but I would assume that if there was some issues, you guys would have said something. And I usually hit the sound when I first start just to make sure my voice is coming through. Sound seems okay, but the beauty of this stuff is, from time to time that stuff will kind of go south on you for no reason. All right. Okay, let's head on over. We'll just go straight over, and then we'll undo these trailers back at the farm. Cool, thanks, Striker. But yeah, it's been pretty fun trying to get this challenge going. I did try to set it up on some other maps, but you couldn't really get the field set up, and I didn't want to go back to like Green River or American Falls. I didn't want to go into those again. That we kind of been there, done that, and I didn't want to have like a lot of wasted stuff on the map. I just wanted it to be pretty simple. I know for Mr. Swede too, he likes it to be, what is that? The KISS method, right? Keep it simple, stupid. So I wanted to make it simplistic. He doesn't care; he'll play on whatever. But I wanted to make it, as user friendly as we could, just to, be able to do what we have to do with. Little bit of quickness, Nothing too over the top. Okay. Let's see what we ended up with. Okay, okay. Oh, get save. 4.6 plus what we had. It's 400,000 that it would hold there. So 5 million liters. Did you ever try the old No Man's Challenge? Try to start with a pickup chainsaw and 0 money. We did. I don't think we did it on No Man's Land. Yeah, Sweden and I did something like that on. Gosh, what map was that? I can't remember what map it was. Yeah, we had. Yeah, we had a pickup. We each had a chainsaw. Yeah, we didn't get too far. It was kind of weird. We started off that way, and then it kind of just fell apart after a while, and we didn't sustain it. Yeah, it was weird. I forget the exact reasons, but we had a couple runs that we had done with, you know, like limited income or almost no income, but not we didn't get to really run it the way we wanted to or the way we should have. So, it oh crap, I went to the wrong spot. Um yeah, we just didn't do it justice, that's for sure. But that's a cool challenge, definitely. You know what I wanted to do? I wanted to do, and we had started it on FS19. Um, Jinx was with us. I want to say Raging Dragon maybe was with us too. Maybe Jeddah. Um, but we had come up with a challenge where, let me just show you. So the way the map broke down, see if I remember correctly, I think we took this section out of play because of the slope that's over there. It's really bad for stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and I think we took. No, I think we actually included this. Well, at any rate, we had it where we zoned this out. So, like, this was one section, this was one section, this was a section, and then this middle row here was one section all the way across. And we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, and you were allowed to buy, like, we would try to figure out first who wanted what section, right? It was just kind of like drawing straws kind of deal. So let's say I was the middle section, right? So I could purchase one plot. So let's say I purchased 35. So I have 35. My buddy purchases 18. Okay, you need tissues? I don't know. Um, I'm trying to think. Did you check in the pantry? I would check in the pantry. Maybe under the sink in the back bathroom. Outside of that, I don't know where else Mom may have put them. Okay? All right. So you'd have 5 people. You each buy your first square. So I would put, 85,000 I think we put 90,000 maybe in the kitty for each person, and they would each buy one plot. And basically, it was you had to get the $5 million. Whoever got the $5 million first was the winner. There was some restrictions we had. Nice. There was some restrictions that we had. Trying to remember what the restrictions were. I can't remember. I think like we had it where you had to use crops. You could only have one animal, and you couldn't have the same animal as somebody else. So if somebody was doing sheep, you couldn't do sheep, something to that effect. But we also had it where you could buy as many plots as you wanted within your zone, or, stick to one or two plots, whatever you wanted to do. But you were also stuck with whatever that plot had. So, for example, plot 12, that's nothing but trees. You buy 13, you're in the clear. Buy 14, 15. You could take a risk and take 12, but then you'd have to cut all the trees down, sell the wood chips if you wanted, right? So we had little types of things like that, and that was a lot of fun. We never, again, got to finish that. A couple of the guys who would play the unfortunate scenario was at the time, we didn't want to do a Dedi server because, people could go on whenever they want, and if other people couldn't get on, so you ran into some difficulty there. And then the only time we would run it is when I was on. So if people couldn't join up with me at that time, then they would be at a disadvantage when they got on again, and it just made it a little difficult to get everybody lined up at the same time. But we had, maybe like a week and a half where we were able to do stuff, and it was fun. All right. Well, let's get this put away for now. I do have to take it to the garage at some point. All right, chat. So there's a gentleman I was telling you about earlier that plays Total War on his stream channel. He's a new streamer. He does Total War, and then he does, as a break for himself, he'll do a just chatting where he'll play. He's really into history. He'll do a lot of stuff where he'll run videos about history of battles and empires and stuff like that, right? So he's big into that type of stuff. So during a break, he'll play videos for a little bit. For the most part, he'll run Total War games and stuff like that. But I would like to maybe give him a raid, since he's somebody new that we know. I'd like to show him some support from our community. So let's go ahead and let's get a raid started for this gentleman. He's from Canada. Right now he's doing the just chatting segment of his stream. So let's go ahead and get started here. So if you guys would come along for the raid, that would be greatly appreciated. If it's not your cup of tea to watch those types of games or something, that's fine. But I figure we'll show them some love. And I really appreciate everybody coming out today for my mods, for the raids. You guys are absolutely incredible. So Look forward to seeing you again. Please have an awesome rest of your Saturday. Enjoy your weekend, and as always, be good, be safe, be blessed. Keep on gaming, and we'll see you again on the other side. This is Crew. We're out.